Before we start, man, I just want to say happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And we all know that fathers are very important in our lives to help kids and to help pass on knowledge from generation to generations. Just make sure to say happy Father's Day to your fathers, man, and appreciate who you have in your life. Because some people, unfortunately, don't have fathers in their lives, and that's unfortunate. But just make sure to go say happy Father's Day, man. And if you can change the cycle in your family to actually be a father, then do that. Please do. Because we all need more fathers out there that actually can pass on valuable information and valuable life skills to their children. Because in times like this, we need strong men out there to be able to actually pass on the correct knowledge instead of just bullshit. So happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And yeah, let's get on to the show. Oh, also make sure to like, comment, subscribe, rate 5 stars, follow us on all podcasting platforms such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and everywhere else you get the podcast at, man. And it's straight from the DZN Podcast. Let's start the show. Forward button, man. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yo, what's up, man? Dre from the DZN Podcast. And as you know, I always know, if you want to find us, get in contact with us, please like, subscribe, follow us on whatever podcast platform you're listening to, and on YouTube and wherever else you are, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all other podcast platforms, Podbean, all the places you listening to us at, man. Please hit the follow button, 5 stars, like, share, all that stuff so we can get exposed to more people. Please do that when you can, please. But on other notes, though, as always, we're going to start with this music and then we're going to get into the show today. So let's go. It's the DZN Podcast. 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 Retro Dre on the motherfucking podcast. It's the DZN Podcast. Retro Dre on the DZN Podcast. It's the DZN Podcast. Retro Dre on the DZN Podcast. It's the DZN Podcast. Let them know. I talk on mics, do whatever I need. I think I all in my brain, this whatever I see. I put it on the mic every time I spit what I want. I make a beat right now, engineering the joint, We talk about things from sports to music, life to everything else we could deal with, one to talk about. And that's it is what it is. DZN Podcast, and it is what it is, yeah. It's the DZN Podcast, Retro Dre on the DZN Podcast. It's the DZN Podcast. Dre, Zoe, and Nas on the DZN Podcast. It's the DZN Podcast. Retro Dre on the DZN Podcast. It's the DZN Podcast. Dre, Zoe, and Nas on the DZN Podcast. Yeah. How y'all doing? Y'all good? Y'all having a wonderful morning, noon, and night, or evening, whenever you're listening to this. As always, man, search the DZN Podcast Network on all platforms, man. You already know what the deal is. Yeah. A lot of stuff going on. Looking all around, section's really getting torn down. You thinking, man, why is this going on? A lot of people still getting hung from trees there. A lot of things going on. What's the only mission, man? What it's really about? A lot of people doing stuff, a lot of lies being told. Nobody knows what it's about to lead to unless somebody on the inside trying to make a plan to destroy the whole lifespan. Goddamn. I mean, man, what the fuck is the whole goddamn plan? I'm just saying, though. A lot of stuff going on, though. I guess I don't know what it is. DZN Podcast, Dre on the mic, that's what it is. DZN Podcast, Dre, Zoe, and Nas on the DZN Podcast. It's the DZN Podcast. Retro Dre on the DZN Podcast. It's the DZN Podcast. Dre, Zoe, and Nas on the DZN Podcast. It's the DZN Podcast. Retro Dre on the DZN So what's up? My name is Dre as usual, and I am the host currently until y'all get back together on the DZN Podcast. But today is an episode I like to call Thank You because I recently just graduated. Make some noise for that. Hold on. Wait a minute. Yeah. It took an extra year because I changed my major, but I'm done now, and that's okay. That's great. Because ever since then, I've been moving, shaking, doing different things, getting opportunities handed to me. So, yeah, that's great. Awesome. And even though this quarantine and the corona has damaged careers for some, for me, it's actually been pretty good. I've been getting opportunities left and right, and I've been able to focus on my craft. So, it's not all bad. But yeah, this episode is called Thank You because I recently, again, just graduated and people sending me gifts and words of encouragement. So my mom been bugging me to do this all week, and I wrote down my letters last night, and this episode I'm just going to read them. And before I get to that, if anybody else feels they want to say thank you, cool. But what I was really about to say was we all got people in life that help us out, that have a hand in our success. And just remember to say thank you to them, because you never know. You may or may not ever see them again. So just to let them know that you appreciate what they've done for you, just say thank you. And in any way you can. Everybody may not be the one that vocally says it, show by action or write a letter or just go to a tap on the shoulder, give them a phone call or something, and just say thank you. Just to show your appreciation, because without the people that came before you, you may not know where to go. So just remember that. But yeah, let's get to it. Who we gonna start with first? Let's start here. All right, yeah, let's start here. It's a good one. You gave me my first job at a time when I needed to learn how to make money myself, and I will never forget that. I appreciate all the kind words and opportunities that you both have given to me in my life so far. Appreciate you both wishing me success and greatness as I continue my journey in life and pass this on to whoever I can. Thank you. I appreciate you for reaching out to me. I don't know if I've ever seen you before, but I thank you for the words of encouragement. Also, you echo some of the things that my father always tells me, so I know I'm on the right track. Hope you and your family are doing well this time in uncertainty, and I hope you have a great rest of your year. Excuse me. Thank you for letting me stay at your house during the weekends and summers as a kid. Hanging out down there was some of the funnest times I ever had. Thank you for having an important part of raising me as a kid. Thank you for reaching out and giving me my graduation gift. I hope everything's all right with you. I appreciate all the kind words you given me when I was a kid, even though I didn't see you often. Also, I hope you and the rest of the family is doing well up there in these troubling times. I also know your sister is smiling at me right now for what I've done so far, what I'm going to do in the future. Rest in peace to her. I could write a couple pages about what you did for me growing up and still today. However, I appreciate you for being the third most important person in my life besides my mother and father. And I thank you for the advice, money, and opportunities that you've given me so far in my life. Thank you. And I know that my great granddad is smiling right now, seeing what I've done. Rest in peace. And also my step granddad. And also my previous granddads and everybody on the side of my family that I haven't been able to see, unfortunately, since they passed on. Yeah, and that was basically it. Those were the letters that I wrote for my thank you notes for my graduation. And yeah, that's something I recommend you do in these times, especially now and in the future, because you never know who you're gonna see or who are you gonna be able to see tomorrow. So yeah, just say thank you, give thanks to people. And I know it's a lot of craziness going on right now, but we have to prepare, especially mentally, on what we're gonna do for the future. And that starts with figuring out who you are, where you come from, and what you're doing here. And that the only way I can say for you to answer these questions is by reading. Reading what? To be honest, I don't know. I think the first place to start is asking questions like, hey, whoever you can in your family, where did such and such come from? Where did our last names come from? Where did our great grandfathers come from? What was our family tree like back in the early 1900s or the 1800s, if y'all can stretch it out that far? Maybe some questions like that. And I encourage everybody out there to educate themselves the best way possible by reading the right history of where you come from. I know some people are like, what are you talking about? Because I don't know too much about it, but from what I've been seeing lately and hearing about lately is what has been told in history is not accurate. It is a remix of what actually went on. And I suggest that everybody should do research in that department and see where everything actually kind of stems from and what's related to what and what's really real in this life that we live in currently.